to Hello China at Dublin City FM 103.2. The program is co-hosted by UCD Confucius Institute of Ireland, MT, and a producer and presenter. Today, as usual, we are gonna firstly bring you an audio tour of China, then the language class, and last but not least, the interview time. So hi, Xinyu, how are you?
Hi, Tian, I'm good.
Last week we went to Beijing, you remember? The Great Wall, Tiananmen Square, and so on.
Yeah, of course, and we also tried the Beijing roast duck and sugar-coated whore.
Yes, so where are we going this week?
As we said last week, this time, firstly, we are heading towards Qingdao in Shandong Province, which is on the east part of China. But before that, I'd like to introduce our new friend. Hi, Dan.
Hi, Xinyu.
You know, Qingdao is described as the pearl on the Yellow Sea.
Yeah, I've heard that, and it lies across the Shandong Peninsula, right?
Yeah.
And I think it looks out onto the Yellow Sea.
Wow, you did do some research, do you? But do you know an old saying which captures the essence of Qingdao city? Swimming in the sea, drinking Qingdao beer, eating fried clams, and climbing Mount Laoshan?
No, I've never heard that one, but I do know the city is famous for the beach and Qingdao beer, right?
Yes. So now I'm gonna bring you to the most beautiful beach of Qingdao, Laoshan Beach. Let's go!
Wow, this is Laoshan Beach. It's absolutely massive and much less crowded than the other beaches in China. It makes me feel like there's no one else here.
Yeah, I agree. This is because it's so far away from the city center.
This is amazing. The view is unbelievable. It's nestled between a bunch of mountains.
Yeah, it has to be. Wow, the fresh air makes me so relaxed.
I'm really enjoying this. Hey, I just remembered, this city is known for the Qingdao Beer Festival, that's right.
Yes, Qingdao beer is a must to drink when you come to China, just like we have to try Guinness when you come to Dublin. The festival you just mentioned is a celebration of Qingdao's brewing heritage.
Oh yeah? Well, what's it like then?
Oh well, during the daytime there are official ceremonies like carnival type rides, food, and various kinds of outdoor games.
Oh, that sounds really fun.
Yes, and the most exciting part comes in the evening. You can sit down on the beach, order beer or snacks, and watch various performances such as concerts or comedy. But
Well, what are we doing here then? Let's go.
hey, I know you really want to go, okay? But let me finish first. The beer festival is held only at the end of August. So I'm sorry, Dan.
That's a pity. We'll have to wait for another year.
Yeah, I know. That's why I think August is the best time to come to Qingdao. But don't worry, we could still grab a couple of drinks and try some Qingdao barbecue here on the beach.
Okay, sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
My friend told me there's nothing better than a Qingdao beer and some seafood barbecue after a hard day of work. But what's seafood barbecue like? I mean, what do people in Qingdao even eat? Is there a difference between Chinese and Irish barbecue?
Yeah, there are loads of differences. Qingdao barbecue have different kinds of fresh seafood like scallops, sea cucumbers, prawns, conch, and so on.
Sea cucumbers and conch.
Yeah.
I don't think we get those in Dublin. The others, I know there's a shop on Abbey Street that sells them for a pretty cheap price.
Yes, so it's totally possible for you to cook them at home. Just put the seafood you like over some charcoal ashes, then add some cumin powder, some pepper powder, and some salt. And that's it. Simple, easy, and yummy.
Nice. Irish barbecue usually uses barbecue sauce, which is really sweet. And sometimes we add chili at the end.
Oh yes, I agree. Stop eating now, Dan. You know, our next task is to climb Mount Laoshan. Just please make sure you can still move on.
Okay, I'll stop. Okay, Mount Laoshan, here we come.
Thanks, Daniel. I once interviewed a professor from Harvard. He told me his favorite mountain in China is Mount Laoshan as it is the cradle of Chinese Taoism. You know about Taoism, right, Dan?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, it is the thinking of the nature of world, the balance of yin and yang, things like that.
Wow, Shandong really is a great place.
Yeah.
I know another city in Shandong called Chufu. It's the hometown of Confucius.
Yeah.
So Shandong has bred two of the most influential thinkers of Chinese thoughts in the last century, Confucianism and Taoism.
Yeah, I totally agree with you.
Xinyu, I'm ready for the next place. Where are we going to go now?
Let me ask you a question first, Dan. Who do you think is the most famous teacher in China throughout the history? He's very well known.
Well, that's a tricky question, but since you were talking about the last 1,000 years, I would have to say Confucius.
Yeah, you're so clever. It is Confucius. He was the first man in the history of Chinese education to start a private school. I think he must have thousands of students.
Yeah, I know he's a great philosopher as well. His thoughts emphasize on personal and governmental morality, correctness of social relationships,
Yes.
justice and sincerity. We learnt those in school. He
Yeah.
passed his theories of Confucianism to the entire country.
Oh wow, you do know a lot about him. So now we are going to bring our listeners to visit his hometown, Qufu.
Really, hey everyone, I think if you want to go to China to learn about the spiritual world of Chinese, Shandong is the perfect place.
Yes, comparing with Taoism we just talked about, Confucianism does have a greater influence on Chinese people. To some extent, actually it frames a Chinese society as well as Chinese culture.
Yeah, to some degree. So Qufu must have lots of cultural sites associated with Confucius.
Yeah, exactly. And I think the Temple of Confucius, the Cemetery of Confucius, and the Kong family mansion are the most famous.
Yeah, I've heard about them. I think they're listed as UNESCO World Heritage Site.
Yeah.
Can you tell me anything more about them?
Sure. Where we are standing now is the Temple of Confucius. It is actually the real accommodation of Confucius in the past.
Wow, I can't believe it. I'm standing somewhere where Confucius did thousands of years ago. I feel really close to him right now.
Yeah, 2 years after the death of Confucius, this place was rebuilt as a temple.
Wow, it's absolutely massive.
Yeah, it is. This place is the second largest historical building complex in China.
Oh yeah? Just after the Forbidden City, right?
Yeah.
In Beijing. What about the Cemetery of Confucius and the Kong family mansion?
Well, look at the east side of the temple. Do you see it, Dan? It is the Kong family mansion. All of those direct descendants of Confucius lived there in the past.
Yeah, we definitely need to go there later.
Yes, sure. After that, you can go to the Cemetery of Confucius, which lies to the north of Qufu. It is, I think, the oldest and the largest family grave. And over 100,000 descendants of Confucius were buried there.
Over 100,000. That's a really big family.
Yeah, I know. The most recent belongs to the descendants of 76th and 78th generation of Confucius.
Wow, what a large family.
Yeah.
Shinyu, after the barbecue, I'm going to be really thirsty. I heard there's a well-known spring here called the First Spring Under the Heaven. That's in Shandong Province, right?
Yeah, you're right. It's called Baotu Spring Park in Jinan, the provincial capital of Shandong.
Let's go.
Here we are, the Baotu Spring Park. Then drink as much as you can. There are numerous natural springs waiting for you in Jinan.
Sure, it's the spring city of China.
Yes, and the Baotu Spring you see now is known as the best of the 72 springs in Jinan.
Yeah, I know. Since ancient times, many famous poems and prose have been written relating to the unique beauty of the springs here in Jinyan. I guess it must have a really long history, right?
Yes, around, let me think, 3,543 years.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
It's even older than the Great Wall.
Yeah, I know it is.
Shin, you look at it, the spring water comes out in 3 prongs, just like 3 beautiful piles of snow.
Yes, spectacular, isn't it? Did you say just now you're thirsty, Dan?
Yeah, I've heard the spring water here retains its temperature all year round.
Yes, you're right. Dear listeners, do remember to drink some tea made of the water from Baotu Spring.
Well, come on, what are we waiting for? Let's do it now. I think I saw a tea house on the east side of the spring.
Yes, it is very famous, called Wang Heting Tea House. At here, you can pretend that you're the emperor, drink your tea, listen to the Chinese music, and enjoy the beautiful scenic delights of Baotu Spring.
I can't wait anymore. Let's go.
Sounds like a plan.
Wow, the water really is sweet.
Okay, then, are you happy with the journey today?
Yeah, it was great. I think it would have been even more perfect if we had came here in the summer, though.
Yes, so where do you think we should go in winter then?
Definitely the northeast part of China. The snow sports, snow festival, and everything like that make it the perfect place to go in winter.
Yeah, I agree. So let's bring our listeners to the world of snow next week. Now we should hand over to Jing. She's going to teach you some basic Chinese. So see you next week.
Hello, my dear friends. Welcome to Chinese Corner. I'm your super teacher, Jing. This time, we are very glad to have Daniel join us. Hi, Daniel.
Hi, Jing. The only Chinese word I can say right now is ni hao and zai jian. We learned them in the last program, so we are starting at the same starting line.
Don't worry, I'll make you much better in Chinese. Trust me.
Seems like I've no other choice.
Hey, Daniel.
Okay, can I ask you something before we learn some new stuff?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Okay, what should I say if I want to say hello to all people? Just like, hi everyone, I'm Dan.
Good question. For this, you can say 大家好.
大家好.
Okay, follow me. 大家好.
大家好.
Perfect. 大家 means all of you, everyone. So you could say 大家好.
Gotcha. 大家好, I'm Dan. Okay, forgive me, don't know how to say my name is Dan in Chinese. Can you teach me that?
Well, you will know soon. Now let's move on to today's mission. After greetings, you may want to learn things like what's your name? You can ask in this way. 你叫什么名字?
What? That's way too long for me.
Okay, let me put it easier. 你 means you. 你.
你.
叫 means to be called. 叫.
叫.
什么 means what. The second one is a neutral tone. You should pronounce it lightly and softly. 什么?
什么?
Very good. And 名字 means name. 名字.
名字.
The whole sentence of what's your name is 你叫什么名字?
你叫什么名字?
Try again. 你叫什么名字?
你叫什么名字?
Right. I'm Jing. Can you have a guess what I just said?
Probably means my name is Jing.
Yeah, you got it. Actually, in reply to what's your name, 你叫什么名字? You can either say 我叫 plus your name, or you can simply say your name. We have learned 叫, which means to be called, and 我 means I. 我叫 means my name is. Okay, Daniel, ready?
Ready.
Here we go. 你好。
你好。
你叫什么名字？
你叫什么名字?
Can you answer me?
Dan.
Oh, you chose the easier one. Anyway, well done. I remember the first day when I arrived in Dublin on the airport coach, an Irish girl asked me my name in Chinese. I was so surprised, and it was amazing. A simple sentence made us good friends now. So then, if you have the chance to go to China and make some Chinese friends in the future, the sentence I told you just now would be very helpful.
Okay, let me try and remember it. 你叫什么名字?
Good job. Okay, that's pretty much for today. Before we say goodbye, let's have a quick review. First, hi everyone, 大家好.
大家好.
The second one, what's your name? 你叫什么名字?
你叫什么名字?
The last one, I'm Jing. 我叫静.
我叫Dan.
You remember that. Nice. And don't forget to practice.
Hey guys, you can check out this whenever and wherever you want. 你好, Jing. 我叫Dan. 你叫什么名字?
Hey man, you knew my name. Stop showing off. Okay, everyone, if you want to learn more Chinese, you could go to UCD Confucius Institute for Ireland. They have evening classes every day for different levels. There must be one suitable for you. This is Chinese Corner of Hello China. Log in at our program and enjoy the music now. It's from SHE, a famous gold brand of China. You will hear many Chinese tongue twisters.
扁担宽，板凳长，扁担想绑在板凳上，板凳不让扁担绑在板凳上，扁担偏要绑在板凳上，板凳偏偏不让扁担绑在板凳上。到底扁担宽还是板凳长？哥哥弟弟坡前坐，坡上卧着一只鹅，坡下流着一条河。哥哥说宽宽的河，弟弟说鹅鹅的鹅，鹅要过河，河要渡鹅，不知是那鹅过河还是全世界都在学中国话，孔夫子的话越来越国际化，全世界都在讲中国话，我们说的话让世界都认真听话。纽约苏珊娜开了家相逢 lunch bar，柏林来的沃夫高能胡琴配着电吉他，各种颜色的皮肤，各种颜色